Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great week and you made it this far, right? It's Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. I wonder how you did with your diet. How are you doing with your water? Did you get the timing right with your meals? Did you get enough rest in? Was your training sessions efficient to an optimal level? Were you pushing yourself? So all these things you need to kind of reflect on at the end of the week. When you it's like, I sometimes think if you had a tough week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you still have 3 days left to I don't want to say make up for it, but really put in the effort so that you get the maximum out of this week. But that's just, again, I make these videos for my athletes to give them, tips and tricks on how to improve in their bodybuilding and in other aspects. So what I want to talk to you guys tonight about is the sense of community, the benefits and the drawbacks. Not going to be a long video, a short video, again, touching on some points just to make you aware of certain pitfalls, certain things that, landmines that you might step in. The great thing on the one side with having a bodybuilding community or fitness community that you interact with, and I'm saying community, I don't mean a social media community, which in some cases that is something that athletes I think tie into sometimes, but it's more of a closed network. I think that's also something that's good, but again, in that community there is some drawbacks that when people get negative, regardless, it could be a gym community, maybe some people that you talk to in the gym, at the fitness club, or just people that from the past competing, and you kind of talk a lot. The one side that's good to that is you always have somebody that you can relate to, somebody that's relating to the tough times in the sport, somebody can laugh and cry with you about the issues. Please don't cry about bodybuilding. Don't take yourself so seriously. Just focus on improving, competing, and through that you'll just really love the journey. Don't put a lot of high expectations that you can't reach and then disappoint yourself and devalue the work that you did. So sometimes that might happen in a community where people get negative and they try to relate those negatives with you, and at the end of the day you're bouncing negative emotions off each other, which is not something that's good. There's some good, I think, in venting sometimes, no problem, but be careful not that it takes you into a bad place or makes you feel anxious, something that I think you should steer clear of. So that's the one pitfall to a community. You might be easier influenced by the people there, and that could have a negative impact on you if you're not careful. The plus side, again, of course, as I've mentioned, this relatability, it'd be great because people could also motivate you. There is the benefit of people that you kind of feel are lions. I always say Team TGL, it's a bunch of lions, people that want to work hard and get to their goals. Of course, the pressure is there too. If you want to run with the lions, what do they say? Run with the big dogs. You can't, something. So make sure that if you're running with lions that you're willing to put in the work, because they will make you look bad. If you're not putting in the effort, and it's not to say that when you're starting out to perform like the others, these group of lions in your community, the idea is they should be motivating you, seeing that it's possible other people do that, then you can do that too. It shouldn't be something that pulls you back. In the past, I remember always training with athletes, and they look at me and when they start like, how the hell am I going to do that? I said, it takes time. Don't look at me and try to compare where I am. I've been doing this for X amount of years, and you've been doing this for a couple of months or a couple of years. So it'll take time. Maybe that creates a realistic. It could be good, creating a realistic time frame in an athlete's mind, or bad again, demotivating or unmotivating that athlete, so that they think, oh no, they can't do this. There's no way that they can do this. So I think that you should maybe take these things into consideration when you are forming part of a community. I might be parts of certain communities, but I don't really invest a lot of, I would say I don't get easily influenced by what happens in these communities. At the end of the day, if I have a role in such a community, I make sure that I do my part. If there are other people that are dependent on me, but other than that, I try not to draw too much energy from something like that because it could disappear at the drop of a hat. And again, if you open yourself up and you start to trust this community, it could drip poison into your mindset. And it's not like people are doing it on purpose. These are things that they draw themselves with down, so that they just reflect that onto you. As the saying goes, if somebody's drowning, don't go try and save them. They'll pull you down with them. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.